Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today's album is Movin' with Nancy Sinatra, the beautiful and lovely Nancy Sinatra. This was the soundtrack to her 1967 television special, also called Movin' with Nancy. Now, I guess the big thing about this album, and probably its most well-known song, is the single, Some Velvet Morning. Those of you who know me know that I am a huge fan of Mr. Lee Hazelwood. Some Velvet Morning was a song that was composed by Lee, and it's a duet that he sings with her. And so that is one of the main songs on here. Of course, it features a few Lee Hazelwood songs like I Gotta Get Out of This Town. Of course, Some Velvet Morning, Friday's Child, See the Little Children. I mean, and of course, another big one on here is her duet with Lee Jackson, which a lot of people know from John and June Carter, Johnny Cash and June Carter did that song. But a lot of Lee Hazelwood, but also Ray Charles, What'd I Say? There's a Dean Martin duet, Bobby Darin. Of course, it says here, the soundtrack of the special guest, Dean Martin, Lee Hazelwood, and a very close relative. Now, who would a very close relative of Nancy Sinatra be? Younger Than Springtime, the Rodgers and Hammerstein song she sings with Daddy Frank. Of course, Some Velvet Morning was the single from this. And just to talk a little bit about the special, it was, like those 60s variety specials. It was a lot of musical features with her and, of course, other people. And so it was sponsored by Royal Crown Cola, and it has come out on DVD. But the thing about this special is a lot of those specials, if you remember them, like the Elvis 68 comeback special, and a lot of people were doing those things. This one actually featured outdoors locations, and so they weren't just in there. But notably, it featured an on-screen interracial kiss. Now, there was a scripted kiss. Star Trek fans will correct me probably and say, well, yeah, the first interracial kiss was. But that was a scripted one. This one was Sammy Davis Jr. He ended the song, and it was a song and dance number, and he kissed Nancy on the cheek. And she kind of said on the DVD commentary that they did it really quickly at the end, and he left, so nobody could really say anything about it. But, it was a well-known special. I think you can watch a lot of it on YouTube. But it's one of those, rollicking sort of 60s fun things. And this album is the same way. That sort of big sort of poppy music that I love so much from the late 60s. Nancy is just she's a darling and just a lovely girl. And of course, like I said, being a Lee Hazelwood fan, he's all over this. He produced the album. Of course, Billy Strange did the arrangements, so there is connections there between the Elvis specials and things like that. Billy Strange was a wonderful arranger and worked a lot with Lee and Nancy. But Movin' with Nancy, so the soundtrack to the special. That's today's Daily Record. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. Check out my regular VC channel. By the way, I never showed you guys the actual record here. There it is on the Reprise label. Try to show it to you guys when I can. I know I don't always do it. But check out Movin' with Nancy, today's Daily Record. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Daily Record.